Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
So, have you watched Luke Cage yet?
No, I have not. I haven't seen season 1, so I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck, man? You're supposed to be a Marvel guy.
I know. I watched like the first episode, and then I got sidetracked, and then I went back to it. So, have you watched it?
Yeah, I already finished season 2, like, on Sunday.
Did it have anything to do with, did it mention anything about Infinity War? About the snap? No? What the fuck?
Well, you know what? I forget who mentioned it. I think it might have been Kevin Feige or somebody. They're implying that the Netflix shows might happen before or after Infinity War.
Oh. Still. Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, because Matthew, I think, or Matt, is it Matt Cox? The guy who plays Daredevil?
Yeah.
There was a fan that asked him at a convention, hey, have you heard about the snap? And he was just kind of like, wait, what? What are you talking about? He apparently hasn't seen Infinity War, which I call bullshit on. It's like, if you're in Marvel, you pretty much watched it. It doesn't matter what show you're on, you watched it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you haven't even watched season 1, so, but,
Nope.
Season 2, I think, is better than Season 1, in my opinion.
How is Misty Day portrayed?
Misty Knight?
With her mechanical... Misty Knight. How's her mechanical arm portrayed? Does it look corny as fuck?
No, it looks cool. I mean, it's always going to look corny, but it's actually really cool.
Okay.
In the comics, you already know this, but, Tony Stark makes it, but since, they can't use anything from movies in the show, other than like mention names or whatever, Danny Rand makes it.
Okay.
So from Rand.
Did they give a hint to the Daughters of the Dragon? I think it's called Daughters of the Dragon.
Yes, they do.
Yay!
Yeah.
Badass.
Not to spoil anything, but there's a scene where Colleen Wing and Misty Knight are in a bar and they're just kicking ass.
Hell yeah.
So, I have a thing for Colleen Wing.
I can see that.
Yep, she good. So, what have you been up to?
Nothing. Just working my ass off at work and trying to keep up on shit.
Like what type of shit?
Like the videos, and then I've been. You're not recording anything right now, are you?
No, we're already recording.
What?
We're already recording.
Right now, we're recording.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Hi.
Okay.
Didn't tell me you were already recording.
I gotta keep you on your toes, man.
Well, yeah, but you didn't tell me. You need to give a warning, like, hey, I'm already recording, just so you know. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything to incriminate myself, but it's just like give a bro a warning.
It's like, can you imagine that? You just after the intro, it's just you or me saying something really personal. It's like, yeah, you need to take care of the smell that's coming from your basement. Oh, by the way, we're recording, by the way.
What was I gonna say? Well, we're gonna sell the house I'm living in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, when's that gonna happen?
Probably my mom's goal is to have this house sold by mid to late August. So today I went through my bookshelf and got rid of a shit ton of manga and took the half price books to sell because I'm like, I have no use for them. And I got $45.
Oh, sweet. My parents are actually selling the house.
Yours too?
Yeah, the house that I grew up in. They're
Mm-hmm.
my mom is apparently like she wants it to be sold by at least November, if not December.
Okay.
So by the time I'm graduating from UTSA, my parents will have a new home, and my childhood home will be no more.
Well, I'm in the same boat because the house I'm in, I've been in this house since I was a freshman in high school. So this house is going to be sold and out of our lives by hopefully August or September. And move into our rental.
Damn, just new beginnings. It's a lot of
I
change.
guess. But it's stressful because it's like, now I got to go through all my shit and figure out what I want to keep and what I want to get rid of since we're moving into a smaller house. Or once we find one, we're going to move into like a 2-bedroom.
Oh, that's good.
3. But,
is it just going to end up being you and your mom?
yeah, it's just going to be me and my mom. My brother's going to get a place on his own since he can't afford it. I can't. But he can.
That's like, all right, like you said, he can afford it?
Yeah.
Like, is he making more money than you, or how's that?
Yeah, he's making more money than me.
Doesn't he work at Target with you? Or I
no,
can't say it.
He did.
I'll edit that out. Doesn't he work at the same place with you?
He did, but he works at a detention center now.
Oh,
so he gets paid like $2,000 something a month. So like $1,000 something every 2 weeks.
Yeah, so he pretty much works at the same place or the same type of job he used to work at.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, he can afford it. I can't at the moment, so. So I'm just moving in with my mom to a 2-bedroom house until hopefully by the end of the year I can get my own place, if not sooner. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just it's kind of hard with money because I got my financial aid at the beginning of this month, and it just seems like it just came and went. And not that I was being irresponsible with my money, because living in a place ain't cheap, because you have to pay bills and get groceries, and especially when you have pets.
Yep.
So it helped that I was able to skip my car payment this month.
Yeah.
And I still have money. The only thing that we're worried about. Well, it's not. I wouldn't say worried, but it's just something big that's coming up where they raised our rent.
Oh, ew.
Because it used to be that Betty would just cover the rent. Now I'm pitching in.
Yeah.
So not that I'm complaining, but it's just now something else to worry about.
I mean, isn't that always the case? Where you think you're fine, next minute, surprise!
It's like, So I'm just waiting for my promotion to go through, because this promotion's been weird, because I remember in January, that's when I asked my boss for it, and he's like, well, since you just came back, you're considered new, even though you're not new. So come back to me in March, and we'll talk about it. So you just have to do A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
So I did everything he told me to do. Went back in March, and I talked to him. He said, okay, well, you've done what I asked you to do, so let me keep on my end of the bargain. I'm just selling the stuff at corporate and blah, blah, blah. And, 3 months later, my promotion was approved, but they had to send everything to what's called My HR, which is basically the computer system that'll just, like, change my information and my job position and how I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
And that process has been weird because they had to send it back because there was an error on my review.
Mm.
So then they resent it, and then they sent it back again because apparently somebody forgot to fill out the date.
The fuck?
Yeah. So then they just sent it back again, and the girl who works, in HR she works in the bookkeeping at her job. She's like, "I'm sorry, this has never happened before." I wasn't mad at her. I was like, yeah, this is my job. This is my boss's fault.
Yeah.
So it's just like, this should have happened already. It should have happened like at the beginning of this month. But
Yeah.
as long as I know I'm having it, it's just, I just want it already.
Yeah. Man, I would love to. I want a car. I still don't have a car.
You don't have a car?
I never had a car. What are you talking about? I never had one.
But you, you have a license, right?
I mean, I have a license and I can use my mom's car, but I can't afford a car on my own.
Okay.
Because the job I have, the hours are not consistent. So I really can't. I mean, I probably could get a car, but I don't want to risk not being able to pay my car loan, my car payment, because my hours are not consistent. Granted, the pay went up on my job, so now the pay is a little higher. So even with less hours, I'm still getting more. But if I'm still at this job, say next year when they raise it up to $15 an hour, I should be able to. I'll be able to afford a car at that point.
So so the minimum wage for the job, it didn't go up already. It has to go up next year.
No, the minimum wage for the job has been going up the past like 2 years or a year and a half. It started when I first went to that job. It was $8.50, and now it's up to $12.50.
Yeah, when I worked there, I worked in the back room, and we got paid shit. And then I leave, and then they come out with, "Oh, we're raising the minimum wage." It's like, yeah, you do that when I leave.
Yeah, right now it's the starting pay at any position is 12, and depending on which area you get, it depends on if you get if you get paid more or whatnot. It's like food. For the area I work in, for the food, whatever, is $12.50. While you go to like some of the other food places, it's like almost 13, depending on the job. And people in the back get paid over 12 too.
Yeah,
as well. So
yeah, like when we were talking yesterday, or the other day, you were telling me about your pay. So I went on the careers website and I tried to look for any backroom jobs. Like all the 3 ones I picked that were closest to me, no backroom or logistic jobs are available at all.
Dang.
It's like, how is that fucking possible? And I bet if I click on, Alamo Ranch, it'll say, "Oh, we have a job available." It's like, yeah, you would.
I mean, I think they do because they're in desperate need of people.
I wouldn't go back because basically, from what I've seen the last time I was there, there's still like the same managers there.
Yes and no.
Well, in the department I used to work in, I still saw some of my old managers. I'm like, yeah, I ain't working with those fuckers.
I mean, some of them are still there, but there's a bunch of new ones too. Like the head of the back is a new girl, or at least she was there like maybe a year. She's all right, but.
Because it's like, I wouldn't say it's weird, but it's like the guy managers, anytime they're in charge, everything always went to shit. But anytime the girls were in charge, everything always ran smoothly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they gave good criticism, but at the same time they weren't like constantly like on your ass every 5 minutes, like, "Oh, you need to get this done." This should have been done like 5 minutes ago. It's like, I'm the only fucking person here.
Yeah.
How do you expect me to get done? And that was one thing that I didn't understand, where they're like, you need to be faster. It's like, how do you expect me to be faster?
Retail. Yeah, that's still an issue today. They want them to be faster, and it's like, what do you mean?
It's like, so you're going to be the closing manager tonight. I'm going to leave you with 2 people, and you're going to be back here by yourself. I need you to be done by 11. It's like,
hello?
It's like, explain.
What do you mean? But, I mean, I'm not leaving that job anytime soon unless I get something better. Which I'm applying for stuff, it's just no one's taking a bite yet. But as long as they're raising the pay, I'm not going nowhere. Shit. $15 an hour by the end of next year or by mid next year? Hell yeah. Fuck.
Shit, like, cause I was like I mentioned earlier, I was trying to apply at the one that's actually by our house. It's like maybe
Mhm.
5 or 7 minutes away.
Yeah.
So if they have a position available over there, and I'm able to get it, I'll take it like over my current job.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't
that,
know.
and of course, I work at the busiest store.
This the store that
I
has
work.
a circle with another circle
Okay,
in the center of it.
you're editing all that out. So I work at the busiest store
They don't listen to this
in
shit,
this
Devin.
in this. I mean, we're not talking down about it, so I guess. But I work in the busiest store in the city, and it gives the most hours. Thank
Yeah,
God, because if I was anywhere else, like there's another one, like the next one over, close Bandera, they get
yeah.
next to nothing. Some of these other stores get next to nothing for hours. Well, Alamo Rancho over here, everyone's all fighting cutthroat for hours.
Uh,
So
I don't know. Like, I, I mean that store is big and it's the busiest one, and it is probably the best
makes
one.
the most money. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that's how Dorian put it over. It's like we're the best. We're the best one in the
It's
city.
it's the it's the crown jewel of the store chain in the city, I guess you could put it.
He's like, he's putting over Target and he's like bashing Walmart. I remember he's like, Target's high class. Walmart is for rednecks.
Target is Target. But you know what's even funnier? When after I get off work, I'll leave Target, go across the street, and then go buy something at Walmart.
I mean,
In my uniform with my Target name tag and all, walk into
well,
a Walmart.
where I work, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. Sprouts. We're a health food store. I hardly ever shop there. The only time I shop there is to get like some vegetables and whenever the essential water is on sale, and that's about
Yeah,
it. Most of the time I'm just gonna go to HEB. I'll even go to the HEB in my shirt.
yeah. One time it was funny. I walked into a Walmart, and a Walmart employee's like, aren't you in the wrong place?" And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Your name tag," and I'm like, "Oh, I know. I'm a traitor. I'm in enemy territory." And made the employee laugh. It was pretty funny, but it's like I literally could have bought whatever I was buying at Target, but I didn't want to because it was a little cheaper at Walmart.
Well, Target usually tends to have better deals on certain things. Like if there's a movie coming out, they'll usually have the better
Yeah,
deals.
true, true.
Walmart is kind of meh. Like with their movies, Best Buy used to have good deals on shit, but not anymore.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, HEB sells electronics.
Well, this HEB Plus.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I bought a game from there, and I told a friend of mine, he's like, "HEB sells games."
I know. It's
It's like
weird.
it's weird. It's
It's
even more
fucking
weird.
weird.
It's even more weird seeing like the WalMarts that are just primarily grocery stores.
Yeah, that's even weirder. Those neighborhood green ones.
Yeah, because there's one that's across the street from Warren High School.
Yeah.
So me and Betty went there once. It's actually not bad. It's just like it's just really like oddly placed, and just I don't know. It just felt like we were in an HEB, but it wasn't HEB.
Yeah, it was a Walmart.
So um, forgot what I was even gonna say. Yeah, Target they have better deals on shit. Walmart, I think they have better clothes.
Yeah.
Like they have better fitted clothes. Target, like their clothes for some reason, like if you get like a large shirt, because I wear a large, and if you wash it, it'll shrink and it'll just feel really tight. With Walmart, their shirts don't do that shit.
Yeah. True that. True that.
True that. True that. So, did you get your tickets to Ant-Man yet?
No, I have not.
Man, you're just like really falling behind.
Well, I know Ant-Man's not going to get sold out, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, they're never gonna.
Ant-Man's going to be crowded, but it's not going to be that crowded. So I can buy tickets like a couple days before, and I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, if it's not Infinity War, it'll be fine.
Unless it's like Civil War or like some of the bigger name ones, like Doctor Strange or something, then I might worry about it. But it's Ant-Man. People, it's gonna be packed, but it's not like gonna be, oh my god, I can't find a seat.
Well, we're going on Thursday.
I want to go on Thursday, like so fucking bad. If I can get the money, if I can find, I'm gonna have to find out when I work, and then I can decide I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna go fucking see it Thursday night. Cause I want to see it either Thursday or Friday, preferably Thursday, preferably. But we'll see. About the time I decide to go pay it, when I find out my schedule, I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. But if I find out my schedule for next week, I might just buy tickets for Thursday night and be like, "We're seeing it."
The talk is that they're gonna reveal the Avengers 4 title at the end of the movie in the post credits.
Isn't the Avengers 4 title rumored supposed to be disassemble?
Well, apparently, when they featured it at some type of Cinecon, overseas, the talk was that it starts with 2 words. One has the letter F and one has the letter H, and someone said, it might be called Fallen Heroes.
Well, you do know Ant-Man and the Wasp is already out overseas, right?
Yeah.
And they haven't talked about any of that, the title being released from there.
Well, there's two post-credit scenes. So either I don't know, knowing how Ant-Man is, one's going to be comical and then one's going to be a cool post-credit scene.
Yeah.
So, or they might just be like Guardians of the Galaxy and just have one where it's just like, hey, it's just there.
Yeah.
Let's add Howard the Duck, who had the worst Marvel movie ever, and put him in the post-credit scene.
Please, give him his own movie, Marvel. I want that. And have James Gunn direct it.
Why the hell do you want a Howard the Duck movie?
Because I don't want Howard the Duck on Earth. I want Howard the Duck in space. That's where he belongs.
Yeah, no one wants that.
I would watch it. Put him part of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd watch that.
Well, James Gunn confirmed Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will take place after Infinity War.
Oh.
Because the talk, they alluded that Volume 3 was gonna take place before Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because the events of Infinity War take place 4 years after Volume 2. And then you have they introduce Adam Warlock at the end of Part 2, so who knows if they fought him before that?
Probably not.
Because it's already kind of weird that he's not going to be in Avengers at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little weird. I think the role of Adam Warlock is basically going to be Captain Marvel. Because Adam Warlock's he's the one that comes in and saves the day. So I think that role is going to be given to... So I think Captain Marvel is going to be the Avengers, quote-unquote, Adam Warlock.
Well, according to Brie Larson, she can apparently move planets.
I mean, fuck yeah. I'm down. Yes. Fuck yeah. She better be able to move goddamn planets. I want to see it.
Kevin Feige already said that she's pretty much going to be the face of the Avengers, or the face of Marvel. Right after Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah! Yeah! Woo! What a hero to leave that to, because, yeah.
Well, first we have to see the actual movie and see how that turns out.
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be good.
Which I don't doubt, because Marvel usually makes hits.
Hell yeah, and it's Brie Larson. She got it.
Yeah, Brie Larson, she can act. She can pull it off.
She's got it.
So, Did you hear that they're placing the Black Panther costume in the Smithsonian?
They are
They're placing the Black Panther costume along with the script in the Smithsonian for the African exhibit.
permanently, or
Permanently.
oh, interesting. That's
It's
kind of
just-
cool.
It's crazy how this movie has become a lot bigger than people thought it would be.
Oh yeah, so
Like,
that's kind of cool.
it was a really good movie, and I loved it. It's a movie I can watch over and over again.
Yeah,
But you would have never expected it to become this huge.
to have the cultural impact that it had.
Because it won like best movie at the MTV Movie Awards. It
Yeah,
won best movie at the BET Awards, which is not that shocking. I mean,
Yeah.
it's BET. Can you see it being nominated for an Oscar?
maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. If it was running for an Oscar.
Like, would you be more surprised if it got nominated for, best like graphic design or best costume work as opposed to like best picture?
I would be surprised if they weren't trying to push it for Best Picture. I'd be surprised if they weren't trying to do that. Of course, it all depends on who it's against. So
It's going to be against movies that nobody's really ever watched.
true.
That's
Some artsy fartsy type movies or whatever.
Yeah, that's always been the Oscars' problem. Is they're complaining about ratings where it's like, well, maybe you should nominate films that people actually watch.
Yeah.
Because like I had this conversation with my friend Jesus on the show the other day on Sunday, where it's like people are going to pay more money to go watch Marvel movies and Star Wars as opposed to paying $10 to go watch Moonlight or I don't know, I forget the movie's title, Two Billboards Outside of Missouri.
Yeah.
Which, those movies are good movies, but we'd rather pay money to go watch something that's entertaining rather than pay money to watch something that's, has a good good plot and good character development.
Honestly, those people that see those types of movies are like me. They're just moviegoers that just like movies. But I won't even see like all the artsy fartsy type movies. I have like that doesn't appeal to me. That's not towards me.
So you're not the type of guy that would go to the Bijou?
I mean, I've been there. I've seen a couple films there. It just depends on what film's there and if it catches my interest or not. For the most part, if I watch artsy fartsy films aside from horror, I watch it like on DVD or when it hits like Netflix or some shit. So.
I don't know, like usually, or I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, actually, we were actually gonna go to the Bijou earlier, but we ended up just going to Cielo Vista instead.
What movie were you gonna watch in the Bijou?
There was a movie that Betty saw. It actually has Paul Rudd in it, and it has an interesting storyline. It's about a baseball player that was also like secretly a double agent.
Uh-huh.
And
Cool.
I was like, Paul Rudd in a drama as a secret agent. Like that sounds interesting.
That's cool.
It's like,
I know the Bijou is going to be having a marathon of Hayao Miyazaki films
I literally
at some point.
I have no idea who that is.
Studio Ghibli.
Who?
Oh my god. Spirit Away, Howl's Moving Castle,
Okay. I know what that is.
Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki. The Bijou is, I don't know when exactly, but they're supposed to have like some a big showing, or like every other week there's a new Hayao Miyazaki film, but they're supposed to have like a bunch of them there. And I was like, yes! Yes! Love those movies.
Didn't Christian Bale do one of those anime films?
I think so. I don't know which one, but I think he might have been Hal.
Actually,
Howl's
no,
Moving Castle.
I think it was Spirited Away.
It might have been Spirit Away. It's either Spirit Away or Howl's Moving Castle. It's one or the other. Let me look it up right now. Because that means... who was playing Hal? Christian Bale. Yeah, it was Hal. He played Hal in Howl's Moving Castle for the dub. For the Disney dub.
That just seems random.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. I love that movie, and I never knew it was Christian Bale till just now. Till you just literally told me.
I feel weird. Like, I feel left out when I have a lot of friends that like anime, you included, and I just feel like left out and not in the know. So,
In the know for what?
For anime, because it's like I want to watch them, and it seems like stuff I would be into, but then I watch them, and I'm just like this is gonna take some getting used to.
Well, yeah, you gotta start off. You gotta work up that stepping ladder, if you will. You don't. If I were to tell a person to watch an anime, I wouldn't tell them to dive right into the thick of it, because you're gonna get like, what the fuck am I watching? You gotta work yourself up to that. There's certain animes that are very like not as extreme as some that you could probably watch. You know what I mean? You gotta get that top layer, that what people call, even though it's not, a lot of them are not really like that, unless you're like Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach, the basic level of anime before you dive into the deeper side of the pool.
So
what's a good show?
So like, don't start off with Death Note, but start lower.
Death Note would be a good one to start off with, to be perfectly honest.
Because I want to get in, I want to watch that because Betty loves it, and actually
watch it
for our anniversary. Like, she mentioned that she wanted to read the manga because the manga is like apparently 10 times more dark than the show. So
it is.
like, I went to Heroes and Fantasies when I got my my box the other day, and I was looking for the manga, and I found it. I got her volume 1 to start her off, and she's like, she loves Death Note, like loves it, and I don't know. I was mentioning to her, like, I want to watch it. It seems interesting. Like, you guys love it. I want to try and get into it.
Do it.
And her sister loves Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tail, I haven't watched much of that one, so it's an action one. So if you like shonen, like very action-packed, fantasy, explosions, that's a good one to watch.
Another interesting one that I watched once was Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, that's a good shit right there. Woo! Like, that's good shit.
I watched maybe 10, 12 minutes of it, and I had no idea what it was. And I was like, this is actually not too bad.
See, that's some good shit right there. That's one of the animes I love right now. I need to actually finish watching season 3, but...
Like, the one that, like you mentioned earlier, it's not good to dive into, like, the big ones, where... Okay, you know who Matt is, right? Matthew, or who used to work at Target?
Yeah.
He was, like, a big fan of, like, I'm forgetting the name, Full Metal
Alchemist? Full Metal Alchemist?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
about it.
I tried watching the first episode, and I'm just like, I literally don't understand what the fuck this shit is. So,
oh, you poor simple man.
I don't know. It's just like I didn't get it. I couldn't understand it. So it's like you just mentioned. Maybe I need to watch it, or no, not watch it, but I need to like start off small and then work my way to the top.
Yeah. You need to get in the shallow end of the pool and then work your way over to the deep end. So yeah, I think honestly, if you're gonna watch Death, I think it's on Netflix. The complete anime is on Netflix. I think it is. Let me look at that right now.
And not that
if it's on,
and not that amazing spot on live action movie, right?
Okay, live action movie is good for other reasons, but if you're looking for a true adaptation of Death Note, don't go to the movie. It's good in other ways, just not good as like full on point adaptation.
I found
Death Note.
It's weird. The guy who's in the live action is actually the brother of the guy from Hereditary.
This is true. It is.
Nat and Alex, like, was it Alex and Nat Wolf?
Yeah. He still can't act worth the shit. I mean, well, okay, he can act, but he can't scream worth the shit.
They both suck because I remember watching, like I mentioned in our Hereditary review, he's a bad crier.
No, he was fine, yeah, except for crying and screaming. He can't do either one of those.
He's just like, Mommy, why are you trying to kill me? It's like, dude, just...
And then, yeah, it turns into like a fucking comedy.
And then his brother ended up fucking Selena Gomez somehow. But that's another good
one. Anyway, so yeah, Death Note, all 37 episodes are on Netflix, dubbed.
Oh, sweet.
And so you can watch the anime. Just take a couple days and just sit down with Betty and just watch it. It's a good mystery, supernatural, thriller, crime, drama.
Well, she's already watched it.
Well, but you haven't.
No, I'm saying she's already watched it. I need to watch it.
Well, I'm sure if you asked her to watch it with you, she would make it a couple thing out of it. Because I'm sure she wouldn't say no to watching it again.
Okay, I can't find Tokyo Ghoul on here.
Tokyo Ghoul on Netflix? I don't think they have that.
Oh, what the F?
Yeah, they don't have that on here.
Oh, wait. I made a mistake. It's not Full Metal Alchemist, it's Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Ooh, that's another good one.
Yeah, that's the one I watched, and I was just kind of like, I don't get it.
If you want another good surface level, not too like anime that won't like kill you, watch Sword Art Online.
What was it called?
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art. Where can I find that?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Let me look it up.
Season 1 and Sword Art Online 1 and Sword Art Online 2 are both on Netflix dubbed. If you want something, Sword Art Online. Yeah.
Okay, I found it. Okay.
Now, if you want something more superhero, there's an anime called One Punch Man.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's basically superheroes in anime.
Yeah, he's a guy that can literally just kill somebody with one punch, and he wins every fight.
Yeah.
And then he apparently gets bored and wants to actually get his ass beat. Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Let's see, what's another good one? Devilman Crybaby. Ooh, I would say watch that one, but that one might be a little much for you right now. That's Devilman Crybaby. That's a deep end pool anime right there.
Explain.
Okay, so Devilman Cry... I don't know how to explain this anime. Devilman Crybaby is a... Oh, gosh. It's an anime about a demon possessing a human, and he ends up fusing with the demon, and he ends up going against other demons. But it's very bloody, very gory. Bloody and gory, same thing. Very gory, lots of nudity, lots of sex. Mm-hmm. It's very weird, even by big anime fan standards. It's way out there. It's a very mature anime. It's Netflix produced along with an animation studio in Japan. It goes there since it has the ability to go uncut and do whatever the fuck they want for Netflix. That's exactly what they did. It is definitely not anime for children, and that is a deep side pool of an anime. Because you'd watch it, I guarantee you, in the first 2 episodes, you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? What am I watching? I was like that, and I'm a big anime fan. Trust me, it's fucking good. It's good, but I don't know if I'd recommend you watching that right now. Let's see. So, Death Note, Sword Art Online. Let's see. Blue Exorcist is another good one, or Soul Eater. Both of those are pretty good. They're also on Netflix as well. But yeah, if you want to start with an anime, start with, or even the 7 Deadly Sins are pretty good too. But I would start with Death Note and kind of just work your way around the anime section on Netflix, because they have plenty of anime on here.
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul I just found on Hulu.
Well, there you go.
Sweet. So now I can be in the know.
Oh, they had the live action series of Kataguri.
What was the first anime that you watched or remember watching?
Ooh, the very first anime I ever watched as a person in the world?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, think back into the memory banks of Mr. Devan.
Of my childhood.
Mofo.
I watched DBZ, Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Digimon, G Gundam, Hamtaro, all as a kid. I watched a bunch of anime without realizing it was anime.
So, maybe you mentioned it. Would you count Pokemon as an anime?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So for me, Pokemon was the first one. Then DBZ. Watched Sailor Moon a little bit. There's this one anime that would show up on Showtime, and I'm forgetting what the fuck it was called. I think it was called North Star or something.
This is the North Star.
There we go.
That's a classic right there.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it when I was a kid. I'm like, this is actually not that bad. It's actually really cool.
Oh, yeah. And then I watched, now my first anime that's like deep side the pool. What was my first, like, really diving into the depths of anime? Probably IFC showed a bunch of anime back in the day. And same with Sci-Fi Channel, because they had an Anna Monday, and same with Chiller. So I watched a bunch of those channels, Sci-Fi, Chiller, and IFC for anime back when I was in high school. I watched Toko on Chiller and Sci-Fi. That's a horror anime dealing with the vampires, demon things. I watched Ergo Proxy on IFC. And Ergo Proxy is a anime that's very philosophical. It's about machines and God and philosophy. It's very deep, and you're just like, damn, fuck. It's one of those questioning, does robots have souls? Is there a God type of show? It's really fucking good, though. Let's see what else. Witchblade on IFC as well. Trinity Blood on Adult Swim. I think it's Adult Swim. But Trinity Blood's one of my personal favorite. That's a vampire anime where in this said world, the Catholic Church is a big entity in the world, a big power when the world powers, and their job is to take out the vampires, or the Methuselah, which are vampires that are humans that got infected with a virus from Mars, if I remember correctly. It's really weird. It's very biblical. Like, a lot of the main characters are named after biblical figures in the Bible, and it's just so fucking good. I want to go watch that now.
You're just gonna watch it the minute we get off.
Probably not. I'm probably gonna go to bed, but probably tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, let's see what else. If you want a good comedy anime that's on Netflix, The Devil, the Part-Timer is a good comedy anime. Mm-hmm. It's about the devil works on McDonald's, basically.
What?
The devil comes to Japan, decides to live on Earth and get a job at McDonald's. I mean, the restaurant's not McDonald's, but it's clear, we watch it, it's clearly McDonald's. So the devil ends up working at McDonald's. And it's fucking hilarious. It's funny. It's great. That'd probably be probably either shallow to mid-range in the pool of anime. It's pretty funny. What else?
He's like, you asked for 8 nuggets and I only gave you 7.
I'm fucking...
You wanted sweet and sour sauce, but I gave you barbecue.
Yeah. There's an anime on Netflix called, let's see, what's another one? If you like romance and comedy, Ouran High School Host Club is a funny one too. They have a bunch of new anime on Netflix that they released this year. One called Violet Evergarden, which that is depressing and sad. It will probably make you cry. It made me cry.
Yeah, probably everything usually makes me cry.
What?
Everything usually makes me cry, so it's not new.
Like that one scene in Jurassic Fallen World with that damn Brachiosaurus and the goddamn...
Why is that fucking... Okay, you know what? Let's just do a review real quick.
Spoilers ahead. I talk about this on Friday for my podcast, and I'm talking about it on Monday briefly, and I'm going to talk about it today, because that scene still fucking murders me, and I cried in the theater like a little bitch.
Yeah, I didn't cry at that scene. That scene made me cry. I cried at another scene. But, yeah, me and Jesus did the review on Sunday, so go check that out. We'll just do a quick review. We don't have to go like scene by scene like we usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Brachiosaurus scene. What the fuck? Like,
soul crushing.
Why was that scene in there?
Why not? That's some... First off, if scenes could get Oscars, that deserves an Oscar. Because the fact that they can make people care about a CGI dinosaur is amazing.
Hey, well, Marvel made us care about a CGI talking tree.
I mean, true.
So,
but the fact that they can make us fall in love, feel so bad, and die a little inside from a CGI dinosaur is just...
That was just straight up mean.
That was mean. I was just like, oh no. And I saw it, and I'm like, no! You know, I would have done it if I was on that boat. I'm like, bitch, we're turning this boat around. You're gonna kill us all. It's worth it. We can't leave him behind.
So, when I got home, I had to hug my dog, my pit bull. I'm like, I'm never leaving you behind.
Oh my god, you got a pit bull? I want a pit bull.
Yeah, he's a sweet dog. I mean, here's the fucked up part, and don't judge me. Like, we got our dogs that we didn't get them by choice. As mean as that sounds, because Betty's stepdad, like, he would just bring home random shit from his job, because he's one of those guys where it's just like, if his boss asks him to take something home, he'll do it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, he wants to seem like he's a big shot, even though we would tell him a million times, stop bringing shit home. And he would just say, okay, and then he would do the opposite. So, our dog Sophie, he got a long time ago. This was like before me and Betty were reading together, and he brought her home, which we love her, but, you know, again, she was unplanned. Our dog Ellie, he brought home because he got duped into bringing her home. Because the guy apparently said, oh, well, I'm gonna toss these dogs over the river, blah, 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 apparently.
What the fuck?
So he brought home Ellie, and now she's basically a little hellhound. Like, for whatever reason, she likes to bite you. Like, if you pet her, she'll just, like, gnaw on your arm. It doesn't hurt. It kind of hurts, but it's not like...
She just, like, nibbles?
It's not like if our pit bull bit your arm.
Oh, well, yeah.
The pit bull was supposed to be, like, we were supposed to babysit him for, like, a couple days, but...
Babysitting turned into forever?
Yeah, because the person was like, well, I need you to watch it until I can find somebody else that wants it. And it's like, yeah. So, here's where the fucked up part comes in. We have to keep him chained up, because where we live, like, the fences that we have in the backyard, they're really low. And he can actually jump over the fence.
Oh.
And we have cats, so we don't want him attacking our cats. So, until we can maybe reinforce our fences and make them taller, we have to keep him chained up. I mean, we don't keep him chained up all day. We'll actually let him, you know, run around, for a bit. But for the most part, we do have to keep him chained up. I mean, he's not, like, chained up in one spot. The chain is actually really long. To where, if it's raining, he can, like, get some shade, get in the doghouse, or go under our canopy. So, I mean, it's not animal abuse, but at the same time, it's like, I feel shitty that we do have to keep him chained up. And also, we have 2 female dogs. So that's another thing. But, we can't just give him away already because he's actually become attached to us. Hello?
Yeah.
Say.
Hi.
Yeah,
I'm here.
He's become really attached to us, so that's the hard part.
I love pit bulls. They're the sweetest dogs.
Hey, well, according to America, they're killers.
That's fucking stupid. Honestly, you're more apt to get bit by one of those small little evil dog ankle biters rather than a pit bull.
Yeah, Delta Airlines apparently said they will not be, they won't allow pit bulls on their planes as guard dogs or assistance dogs.
Well, I mean, if they're assistant dogs, see that they'd be breaking the law. But okay.
Well, I mean, like dogs for people that are blind or need.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, you can't technically, regardless of a pit bull or not, you can't turn those dogs away. That's technically against the law.
Yeah, well, they made it happen, and animal control will actually put down pit bulls.
Fucking dicks.
If you call animal control for a pit bull, even though, I'll use an example. Next door to my parents' house, there's this really, beautiful and just really kind, pit bull. She's actually the nicest dog you'll ever meet. Her owner is a complete bag of dicks. For some reason, I don't know what his fucking situation is. He'll only come by every weekend to his house. I see this poor pit bull, and it's outside in the heat, and my mom, bless her heart, she'll actually feed it and give it water. And, my dad will do the same, my brother will do the same, I'll come over and do the same. I felt like a complete piece of shit. I felt like shit just seeing this dog just, suffering. So I called animal control. I explained the situation to him. I just let him know, I just want this dog to find a good home. And my mom told me, you shouldn't have called them, you should have called the Humane Society. Because the Humane Society will actually, take it in, but I don't know, from what I heard, they're not cheap when it comes to taking in animals. You actually have to pay for giving them an animal. Animal control will put them down because pit bulls are considered dangerous.
Well, there's a pit bull society in San Antonio, so you know, that would take them in as well.
So, I don't know what happened to that dog. I told my mom, call Humane. Because she apparently has a friend that works at Humane. So, yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about? Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, yeah. After I saw that scene that just ripped my heart out, and every time I think about it, I just want to,
die.
Put a bullet between my eyes. The scene that affected me more was that montage with Chris Pratt and Blue.
Oh, really?
Where that little girl who ends up being a clone, spoiler alert, and is watching that video of Chris Pratt with the baby raptors, specifically with Blue, because it's a heart-wrenching scene because Blue got shot, so they're trying to take the bullet out.
Yeah.
And you see Owen Grady just consoling Blue, making sure she's okay, and at the same time showing that scene with him and baby Blue. And it's hard to watch because, we have animals and we've lost animals recently. So seeing that just, triggered something in us where I'm just I'm trying to hold it in. I'm looking over at Betty and her face is wet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a tough scene to watch. And I'm just God damn it, Chris Pratt always has to make me cry and everything. He's already made me cry in 2 Guardians of the Galaxies. Now he's making me cry in fucking Jurassic Park. Matter of fact, no, the first Jurassic World, that scene with the Brontosauruses where the Indominus was loose and killing everybody.
Yeah.
He was consoling that Brachiosaurus, and it brought back, some unpleasant memories of, about dead pets where I'm just oh my god, Chris Pratt, what the fuck?
I knew the movie was going to be good, but once the Brachiosaurus scene happened, I'm this movie is so good. What the fuck? I'm crying. I'm literally a fucking mess, like tears running down my face, trying to look away, but you can't. Ugh. And you know what? It's very fucked up poetic because the Brachiosaurus is the first dinosaur you see in Jurassic Park, and since all the other dinosaurs are dying, that's the last one you see before it dies. You know how fucked up, poetic, fuck-uppery that is?
That's completely fucked up.
That
let's talk about the villains. Like, you knew right goddamn well aware that these guys were going to be villains. Like, the company, Lockwood Company, which, the guy had apparently been John Hammond's friend, and then they were going to start Jurassic Park, but in the end it didn't happen because he cloned his daughter. Spoiler alert, who's apparently his granddaughter, but...
Well, he calls his granddaughter, but it's really his daughter.
So, yeah, human cloning. And then his assistant ends up being he, becomes evil really quick.
He ends up working for Dr. What's-His-Face. Wu?
Yeah, Dr.
Wong?
Wu, yeah, you knew he was going to be the bad guy, but he became bad, really quick. He didn't even
I just want Dr. Whoever the fuck to just die already. He's been a pain in the side of the Jurassic Park franchise since the first movie. Someone or something just kill him. Please.
Well, in the first Jurassic Park movie, he was kind of insignificant.
Yeah, he was just there, and then he ended up being a total dickwad in the world.
Yeah, and he's on Law and Order SVU, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But
now, I mean, he made the Indoraptor. What's wrong with you to make the fucking Indoraptor? That thing was terrifying.
Yeah, but, Blue beat the shit out of it.
True, she did.
Yeah, Blue don't fuck around. So is T-Rex the official best friend of Chris Pratt?
Yes, the T-Rex. He's the anti-hero of the Jurassic franchise.
Because he didn't even bother to even go after Chris Pratt in any way. He's just okay,
oh, no.
point me onto what bitch to fuck up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Because Chris Pratt gets saved by a Triceratops when the island is lavaing all over the place, and then later on, I forget which dinosaur it is, tries to attack Chris Pratt, and then the Triceratops comes in you ain't gonna mess with my boy, and then that's when the T-Rex comes in yeah, we good, homie, just try not to fuck around anymore.
Yeah. He attacks that carnivorous dino. And the volcano. It's kind of funny because when the island exploding, he attacks that mini T-Rex raptor thing. He does his roar, and all of a sudden it's cut off by the volcano, and you can just kind of tell he's like, "Oh shit, sorry, fam. I need to get the fuck out of here."
So, and then in the end, he kills the bad guy.
Also, fun facts. Did you know that T-Rex is the same one from the original movie?
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know that, and then someone pointed out, if you look, you'll see the scars from the raptors from the first movie, and I'm like, oh, shit, you're right.
Did you jump when he came out and killed the bad guy?
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to happen, it was only a matter of time because everybody got out. But, I think why I didn't expect it was, in the camera angle that I was looking at, behind him was that little mini T-Rex / raptor thing you were talking about. I was like, okay, he's going to attack him.
Yeah.
But then out of nowhere, you see T-Rex go, nope.
Psych.
Like in The Simpsons, yoink. He just bites him, and then the other thing comes over and gets the other half and eats him. I'm like, well, okay then.
No, my favorite part was in the beginning where you got that one guy on the island when it's raining. They're like, run! You see the T-Rex. So you guys running, gets on a ladder, and the T-Rex almost gets him. And he's over water going, woo!
Whoa,
and
all right. Well, I don't want to cut you off. Let's get into that scene real quick. The beginning, that was probably the best way to set it up as a horror movie.
Yes.
Because what I thought was good was in the beginning when they're going down in the ocean and it's raining and thundering for some convenient reason because it always has to in a monster movie. And the other dude is sweating bullets, and the other guy sitting next to him goes, what are you worried about? They're all dead anyway. As soon as
Oh,
they say that,
Betsy's not.
you see a silhouette on top of the pool of that. I think it's called Masiosaurus. When I saw that, I legit kind of went, "Oh fuck!"
It's old Betsy. I call her. I don't know her really. I don't know what her name was. Was it like Sally or some shit in Jurassic World? Because it's the same dinosaur from that big old water tank. I think they called her Sally or some shit. And that happened. I was like, "Ooh, she's alive and well."
So then they get the bones from the dead Indominus Rex.
Indominus Rex, yeah.
They pull out, and then they show, like, the thunder, and you see the fucking mouth open. I'm like, oh, fuck.
See the T-Rex, and you're just like, oh, no! And then it runs, and you think he's on top of the T-Rex, and he's over the water, like, yay! And I'm over here, like, this is about the time where old Bessie, and as I was thinking that, here she comes out of the pool, out of the water, go, meow.
That's what I was like, because, like, the dude's on the ladder, and they just got away from the T-Rex. I'm thinking, bro, you're still over the fucking water. Get up.
I'm like, you're a goner, fam.
Like, you're a dumbass. Oh
and
God.
She ate him whole.
Is it? I don't know if it's just me, but when it comes to, like, movies that involve, like, being underwater, they just make me really uneasy.
Wait, what?
Alright, like, movies where the point is that you're underwater, they just make me a little uneasy. Because it's like, anything could come out and attack you. Like the movie Meg, or The Meg.
Oh, I can't wait for that movie. Oh.
That movie's going to be so cheesy and terrible, but I'm still going to watch it. That makes me uneasy. Because, like, especially in the beginning of the trailer, when you see the big motherfucker, like, pull up to that little girl inside the glass boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the Megalodon.
When I saw that, I'm like, ooh. I don't know if I can handle this. Or when that lady's getting attacked by the fuck, what do you call it? That giant, like, squid. And then you just see the squid bleeding, and you just see the fucking Meg, like, pull away and take it. I'm like, holy fuck.
I think it's time to go. Let's go. Let's just go. Megalodon can do whatever the fuck it wants. Let's just fuck out of here.
Yeah, that'd be me in a horror movie. If we just saw shit go down, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna leave. We're not even gonna bother with this.
Or like we just get into a boat and just leave everyone else. Like, wait, come back for us. And I would be like, fuck no, bitch, you're on your own.
And then there goes the credits. It's like the shortest horror movie ever made because it was logical. But
because I'm not fucking around with that shit. The ocean already terrifies me enough.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the ocean, the whole concept of the ocean, it just makes me a little uneasy because it's like, I'm gonna have a hard time watching Aquaman because, he lives in the ocean, and James Wan's directing it, so he's gonna make it scary somehow.
I hope so. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a lot of fights involving Aquaman with a fucking shark, probably.
Yeah.
So that trailer's supposed to come out soon.
Speaking of water, remember at the end of the Fallen Kingdom where it shows the surfers surfing the wave and you see the dinosaur in the wave? Oh!
Ugh.
I was like, oh, yes!
So with Part 3, there's obviously going to be a Part 3.
Yes, there is.
How do you think that's going to play out? Like, what would be the concept of it? Like, but by concept, I mean, is it going to be like the Planet of the Apes franchise where each movie has a different look to it, where it goes from just being humans and apes to just mainly apes to now we're at war with the apes? Whereas this one is, the first one is just about humans and dinosaurs. Second one is about the dinosaurs taking over, or eventually taking over, and now Part 3 is about, we're at war with dinosaurs.
I have no idea. Because, I mean, they only released 12 species, and it's like one of each. So they really can't reproduce. So it should be very easy to catch them, but I feel like something's fishy. So I don't think it's going to be that easy to catch them. So as you can see, some of them end up in Las Vegas, some of them end up in the coast, some of them end up in suburban neighborhoods, aka the Velociraptor, which I'm just like, that's not going to end well. So I have no idea where that's going to go. Of course, Dr. What's-His-Face has the Indominus Rex DNA, and it's already established that they can do human cloning. So they're going to do some fucked up dino-human hybrids or some shit, or some dinos that have human characteristics. Honestly, who the fuck knows? We just have to wait till June 11th, 2021 for that to be known.
So, of all the dinosaurs, which one do you think would cause the biggest problem?
Probably it'd be three. The T-Rex, Velociraptors, or old Betsy up in the ocean.
Yeah, Betsy would cause a problem. T-Rex I don't think would, and let me explain. I just think T-Rex is like Godzilla. He's kind of like a middle character, a gray area character, where he's not bad and he's not good. He just wants to do his own thing.
But that scene with him roaring at the lion was beautiful.
He's like, motherfucker, I'm the king of the jungle.
The king of the jungle versus the king of the Jurassic period.
So,
but yeah, I think the Raptors would the Velociraptors would become a big issue, or Blue, since there's only one.
Well, maybe not Blue. I mean, Blue is like, Blue's mean, but only when you piss her off.
Well, you go put her in a suburban neighborhood with a bunch of dogs and animals running around. It's going to cause a problem.
well, Chris Pratt, raised her right. So, I mean, she'll probably keep to herself and do her own thing unless she's bothered.
But honestly, the big issue is going to be old Betsy up in the ocean. Because you're not going to see her coming until she comes at you. Which I thought of while watching the movie. Everything that she kills is dangling above her, except for the ship that she swam over.
Yeah.
And the only reason that is because someone pointed out to me, she was fed by a crane that dangled food over the water. So if anything's dangling over the water, she's got that cue of, food time. So that's why she ate the assistant in Jurassic World, and that's why she ate that guy on the ladder at the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, because he was dangling over the water. Not for the fact she was hungry, it's the fact she was taught that.
And then she...
With a crane.
And then she ate the Indominus Rex.
She did eat the Indominus Rex, that's right, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that ending fight where Indominus Rex was... he looked like he was...
It was amazing.
He looked like he was about to put the boots on T-Rex, and then the fucking old Betsy just came and went, nah, you're mine.
Nah, bitch, you're mine. It's gonna be good. And just devours her.
So, alright, which dinosaurs do you think would cause the least problems?
Probably the Brachiosaurus, because I think they did save one. The Brachiosaurus, basically the herbivores. What do they call it? Triceratops? The one with the 3 horns? 2 horns?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think those will cause too much trouble unless someone rams into them and pisses them off. And I don't think the Brachiosaurus will cause any trouble. Because they're just going to sit there, they're just going to be like, oh, hi. I'm making sure I'm not going to step on... You might step on somebody, but they're just going to be there just eating trees.
Who was that dinosaur that kind of looks like a Pokemon? The one that was like headbutting everybody?
Well, I don't know the name of that dinosaur, but that is a Pokemon because that Pokemon was based off that dinosaur, so yes, you're correct.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool.
I know, it was so funny because he's just like plowing through a crowd of people and I'm just like, yes!
It's like, come here, buddy. And he just keeps headbutting the wall and just like starts just beating the shit out of everybody with his head.
And then starts rampaging, knocking people up in the air. Full force when people were just flying. By all rights. I mean, that thing was huge. And then I still say the Indoraptor was just terrifying.
It was terrifying, but it was like, I don't know. I think the Indominus Rex was better.
I don't know. I think if it was a duel between the Indominus Rex and the Indoraptor, I think the Indoraptor would have won.
The scene I liked though with the Indoraptor was when the asshole hunter goes into the cage because he thought that he just put it down, and like he's looking at it, and then behind him you just see its tail, and then he turns around, and the tail goes down, and you just see the Indoraptor kind of smirk, and then it just
that Indoraptor, that Indoraptor is a drama queen.
And then it tears his arm off, and then it eats his face.
Yeah,
and then
I love that scene. What? Go on.
And then that douchebag, from Captain America, the Red Skull's assistant. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's in it, and he thinks he just got away, and then Indoraptor just went, nope, used his tail to cut off the electricity and sent him right back up, and ate everybody in that elevator. I'm like, oh.
I know. I was like, oh no.
Like
that was terrible.
And then they're selling all the dinosaurs to basically just be weapons. And
yeah,
like the bad guy, to his credit, he even advises, or no, Dr. Wu advises the bad guy, telling him, "This is just a prototype. She's not ready yet."
He
goes, yeah, or he, and he goes, "Well, it's all about money." It's like, dude, just please go fucking kill yourself.
That thing's a fucking monster. No one wants that.
Well, no, there's people that want it.
That thing would murder you and your children with a grin on its face.
Yeah. But I just thought that was funny. He was distracting him with his tail, and you just see him, like, smirk.
You know, side note upon movies, you know what sci-fi horror franchise I want to see, and I'm surprised I haven't yet?
What?
H.P. Lovecraft, Cthulhu, the whole mythos. I'm surprised I haven't seen a blockbuster, a sci-fi Godzilla-style horror film with those characters yet.
H.P. Lovecraft?
Yeah. You know Cthulhu, right?
I might, but I have to look at it real quick.
Oh my god. Okay, Call of Cthulhu.
Okay, yes. Cthulhu. Oh, that looks familiar.
Yeah. So Cthulhu, this guy was created back in the 1920s, 30s, what the?
1928.
Yeah, he was in the Pulp Fiction magazine. So you got Cthulhu and all these other weird gods. And I'm just like, basically H.P. Lovecraft is a grandfather of horror and science fiction.
Wasn't he the same guy who created Scientology?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But who was it? Who was the guy who founded Scientology?
Let me see.
It was the guy who made War of the Worlds, I know that. Oh, L. Ron Hubbard.
Did he really create Scientology?
Yeah. Body of beliefs and related practices created by American science fiction writer L. Ron Hubbard.
So Scientology is created by a bunch of stories. Oh, created by an author?
Well, they're not stories, Devin. They actually happened.
You ever actually looked into the story behind Scientology?
Yes, I have.
It's fucking weird. And I thought the Christianity mythos was weird.
Like, type it in, what's it called? South Park literally did an episode about it over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And what I recall from it was our souls come from aliens, and our god is Lord Zeno.
Yeah.
We as aliens, our souls were forced to watch movies about American culture, I guess. So, while we were crash landing on Earth, our souls inhabited cavemen. And that particular episode of South Park is the reason why, what's his name? The actor who voiced Chef, that's why he left, because he's a Scientologist. So, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they pretty much called him out. It's like, no, this isn't about your religion. This is about the, or no, I'm going to rephrase that. He said, yeah, we did episodes where we made fun of Christianity and Muslims and Mormons, but you're pretty much picking and choosing. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then he was like, he literally didn't even voice the last episode. They just had like montages of his voice, and they had him eaten alive by mountain lions.
Yeah. But yeah, Cthulhu and all these other deities are nothing more than like tentacle monsters and space entities and shit that were created from these, humanity is created from these ancient great elder gods, and it's dark science fiction horror masterpiece. And it's just like, why are we not seeing films based on these yet? What's wrong? This is like a gold mine of shit right here. Like, James Wan, direct a goddamn movie based around an H.P. Lovecraft story. Please and thank you.
You know what's one horror urban legend that I don't think anybody will ever touch?
What's that?
It's La Rona.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, I was always wondering why hasn't Guillermo done a La Rona movie. And it's like, well, for one, he's actually he's Mexican, so he knows about that shit. And two, he's not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Like, he's like, that's like something you do not like touch at all. Like, are you familiar with La Rona?
Of course I am. I've lived here for a good chunk of my life. Anyone anyone who lives in South Texas knows about that. But yes, I do know about her.
So that's some like Mexican like culture, Mexican like urban legends and myths. That's something you don't like take lightly. Like that is that's pretty much just serious. That's serious stuff. You don't make fun of it.
And I also know about Saint Death. That's a weird one right there.
What was that?
Saint Death.
Saint Death.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually the first time I'm hearing that.
Oh, really? Wow. That's
Saint Death. I might have heard of it. I just need to see it first.
Our Lady of Holy Death.
Santa Muerte.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know she's.
Yep.
Wow. I don't know. Like Richard claimed that he has seen a lot of like the folklore and the urban myths and legends about like certain things. Like he never said anything about La Llorona. He said that he sees a white owl. And you're familiar with white owls, I'm assuming.
White owls?
Yeah.
No?
They're basically like kind of hard to describe. It's kind of like the Mothman, where the Mothman only appears when something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
That's kind of like white owl. They're kind of like they're like angels, but they're not really. They're like demons, but they're not really.
Yeah.
So, and I just remember talking to Richard. We were like sitting in the back of his truck talking, and he's saying, do you feel that breeze on the back of your neck? That's probably the white owl. And I'm just like, I'm not turning around. So he mentioned that. I know another friend of mine. She says that she sees the same thing too. Like she sees a white owl. And then there's the Donkey Lady.
Yeah.
Which I'm forgetting where in San Antonio you can supposedly see her. It's like
Donkey Lady Bridge.
Okay, Donkey Lady Bridge. That that kind of solves it. Me personally, I've never seen anything. I've never seen like any spirits or ghosts in my life. I maybe felt a presence, but I've never actually seen anything.
Interesting.
So I know my family. They're like, oh my god, this happening. I'm like, fuck, I want to see it. There's a part of me that wants to see it, but I don't want to see it because I know I'm gonna fucking freak the shit out.
Yeah. You probably shit bricks.
I will literally shit a brick, and a triangle, and an oval, and a square.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god. But have you ever seen anything?
What, ghosts related? Yeah, I mean,
Ghost spirits.
more of heard shit rather than seen it. Like, I haven't seen a ghost face to face, but I've had my share of hearing shit. I've told you stories about being at Chris's house, and I'm sure I have anyway.
Chris. You might have, I just don't remember.
Like, one day I was in his house, and I was in the kitchen eating dinner or some shit, and I thought his little brother was in the room. So, the channels were changing. Like, someone was looking for something to watch. Like, channel surfing. And I was like, hey, I'm watching Family Guy. So it goes back to Family Guy, and then it starts going, like, someone's looking through channels again. And I walk out, and I'm like, hey, I'm watching that. And the remote is just sitting on the floor in front of the TV, pointing at the TV. And I'm just like, was someone in the front room? But the way I was sitting, I would know if someone walked out or to the front room. The way his house is set up. So there was no one else in the front room. But the channels were changing. Like, someone was watching, trying to look for something to watch. And so that, and then one night, me and him were playing video games in the empty house. It was me, him, and that was really it. Everyone was out of the house, church or something. And the bathroom door in question is in the back of the house, not near any windows or any doors for, like, air current or whatever to happen. So the door was open, and we're playing video games, and all of a sudden the door slams. Like, someone slammed it full fucking force. And me and him freaked the fuck out. I grab a knife. He grabs a shotgun. Or a gun. I shouldn't say a shotgun. He grabs his family's gun, and we checked the house from top to bottom, and there was nobody in the house but us. Because the only door all the doors were closed, and there was no, like, we checked the area first. And if someone was there, we would know that they opened the garage or window, but there was no one there. At all. And we checked the other parts of the house, and nothing. And I'm just like, I want to go home. So there was that, and then there was one night where I was sleeping at his place, and I woke up in the middle of the night, just someone staring at me, like standing over me and looking down at me, like trying to figure out who I am or what I am, or kind of tilting their head back and forth. I didn't know, I didn't have my glasses on, so I wasn't able to see if, I'm assuming to this day it was my friend's dad. And I hope to God it fucking was, because that was terrifying. He was looking at me, I was like half asleep, scared, and I just went back to sleep. And I woke up going, ah! I hope that was my friend's dad. Otherwise, I don't want to know what that was. Because my vision was blurred because I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't tell you what was looking at me. It looked like a man, but I couldn't tell you if it was my friend's dad or someone else. It was just weird. What else? I experienced one time sleep paralysis.
Oh,
I didn't know it was sleep. I didn't know it was sleep paralysis, so I explained it to a friend of mine about the experience, and she was like, "Dude, you just experienced that with sleep paralysis." I'm like, "Oh, that's what that is." So I experienced sleep paralysis once. So I was still in Huntsville. I think it was my last semester or a semester before. It was the middle of the night. I woke up around 3 a.m. My laptop was on playing YouTube videos on loop through a playlist I had that I slept to. And I woke up and I had this, like, what do you call it? How can I put it? Irrational fear of something that could be behind my laptop. Like, I was terrified to close my laptop because I thought there was something behind it. I couldn't move anyway. I was like, there's something behind my laptop. I'm going to die. Like
the ending of Unfriended.
Yeah. I'm like, I had a feeling that I know there's something behind this laptop, and I'm too petrified to move, and I couldn't move anyway. But I'm like, if this laptop closes, I'm gonna die. So I was sitting like that for like 20 minutes, just terrified, like pure terror. Couldn't move, couldn't do anything except for move my eyes, and I was just watching what was on my computer screen. While in the back of my brain, I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Whatever's behind this computer is gonna fucking kill me. I'm gonna die. I just wish it'd get over with already. I'm gonna die. And eventually, I went back to sleep. I fell back asleep, and I woke up and the next morning, and everything was fine. But I explained that to somebody because I'm like, to this day, I thought that was always weird. So I explained that to somebody, and they're like, "Could you move?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, that's sleep paralysis. Your mind wakes up first, but your body is still asleep. And I'm just like, or it's the other way around. Your body's awake, like you're awake, but your mind's not completely awake. So I'm just like, that makes sense, but it was fucking terrifying.
I have a friend of mine that experienced the same thing. Like she went into in-depth detail about it, and it just sounded freaky as hell. Like there's actually a Netflix movie about it. I don't think it's a Netflix official movie. I just know it's a movie.
It's like it's a documentary about it.
So I watched it, and it was really like it was uneasy to watch.
The fact that you don't know if it's a trick of the brain or something's actually there.
So I hope I never have to experience that. I get goosebumps just even thinking about it.
I didn't think I would experience something like that either, but anyone could experience sleep paralysis.
Because I know for a fact there's something in our house. Because our cat, like, I just remember one night she was sitting on Betty's lap on the couch, and then all of a sudden she's staring at something in the kitchen, like straight up looking. Not like, oh, I heard something. More just like she's straight up looking like inside the kitchen, like right in front of the sink, as if someone were standing there. It's like, can you please stop doing that? So, and then she was doing something the other day. I'm not sure if she was looking at the fan. Well, because I had the door open, she was on our bed, and she's looking at something like it's moving.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, can you please, like, not do that? Because now I'm freaking.
Well, congratulations. You already got the first step of preventing ghosts and shit bothering you by having a cat.
Yeah, because I remember, like, Betty's stepdad, he doesn't live here anymore, but, like, he would see shit. Like, he would tell us what he would see. I remember he said that he saw something that looked like a cat in front of our house, and when he saw it walk, it immediately transformed into some type of being and just walked off into the dark. And, did I tell you about when we were away at Universal that apparently there was like a girl...
Away at what?
I don't know if I ever told you that story when me and Betty were at Universal and then we found out that there was a girl that she came into our house and it turns out that she had died like later on.
Wait. Hold up, what?
Judging by that, I guess I didn't tell you. No. Basically the story was that when we were at Universal for a week, like the weekend before we came back, Betty's sister and their stepdad, they were cleaning the house, and out of nowhere, like on our back door, our sliding glass door, our dog starts barking at something, and then out of nowhere you just hear like a loud, like, pound, 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 and it's somebody knocking in at the sliding glass door, and it's this girl, and she looks like she's really wet, like she's like drenched, and Betty's sister can't really see her face because her hair is like really long and it's covering her face, and the whole time she keeps saying, I can't go back, and her sister's, saying, "Do you need help? Do you need me to call the cops?" And as soon as she says that, she goes, "No." And then she walks out, and she watches her walk, like, down the street. And then it turns out that that girl was killed in a house that's right behind us. So we're not sure if that was a spirit or if that was an actual person, and then eventually she, unfortunately, was killed moments later.
Either way, it's creepy.
Because one of our next door neighbors, it turns out he did it. Our former next door neighbor's brother, our former next door neighbor's brother, it turns out he did it.
He killed her?
Yeah.
What was the motive?
Because he's a piece of shit. You don't need a motive to be a piece of shit. You're just a piece of shit.
I mean, so he decided just to kill a random girl one day?
I don't know. Maybe that was like an ex or something, or I don't know. Maybe it was over money. But he just killed her. And he's apparently on the lam. And that whole family moved out. Good riddance, because they fucking sucked. But, yeah. So we're not sure what the hell happened. We're not sure if that was a spirit or if that was an actual person. Because it just the way she was describing it was real eerie. Because she said that she couldn't really see her face. It's like, oh, I hope it wasn't a spirit.
Either way, it's creepy. If it was a spirit or if it was the actual person before she died, that's intense.
So, and he, her stepdad, he would go into the parking, or not the parking lot, but our driveway, every night, and just kind of sit out there and smoke and drink his coffee. And he would bring our cat Evie with him because, again, he would see shit, and having her there was kind of it made things a little bit easier because she would see it.
Yeah.
And I guess in a way she's kind of like a spirit detractor.
Well, cats in mythology, especially Egyptian mythology, are the guardians of the dead. So the dead avoid cats like the plague.
Kind of like the Mummy, where
I mean, the mummy was a good example of that. As if the cats see a dead person, a mummy, in the Egyptians' case, they will rat out the mummy to the goddess, and the goddess will send them back to being dead. So basically, the cats will just rat out on the dead. So that's why the dead or the mummy will avoid cats, or just the dead in general. So the cats are the guardians of the dead, and they'll make sure people stay dead, and they don't come wandering around. Otherwise, they know there's a cat. They'll, for the most part, avoid, supposedly, according to the mythology behind cats. They'll avoid cats completely as much as they can help it. So.
It's a pretty interesting conversation we're having. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about. You have anything you wanted to discuss in particular?
Not really. I don't have anything else to talk about.
All right, man.
Call it a night.
Yeah, call it a night. For any of y'all that are listening, the shows usually come out every Wednesday, but tomorrow I will be busy. And no live show tomorrow. I'll be posting the show tomorrow around 6-ish, 6:30 pretty much. So what you're hearing now is a recording
from the past. Dun 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 for wall breaking.
Dun dun dun. So yeah, it's 1:26 in the morning. Probably the latest show we've done. So you guys will be getting the show tomorrow. I'm just gonna basically save the episode on my computer and then do the editing tomorrow. I'm really fucking tired. I need to take a shower and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyways, I appreciate you being a trooper and staying up late, brother.
No problemo.
All right. You doing anything this Sunday?
I'm gonna look at my schedule and I'll let you know.
All right. See if we can do a show on Sunday. let everyone know Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesdays at 6:30. Sundays are usually optional.
Yeah.
So if you're available, let me know. We can do something. If not, it's fine.
My schedule is up, so I just gotta look at it tomorrow. And I'll let you know in the morning.
All right, man. Have yourself a good night, and laters.
Okay, cool, great, had fun, amazing.
Deal. Oh, and don't forget to check out Ice. Yes.
Yes, Ice. It's amazing, beautiful, breathtaking.
On YouTube, great shit. All right. Good night, man. Sweet dreams.
No, that's creepy. Okay, cool. Not y'all.
Not y'all.